The drama in the Braxton family is more intense than we could have thought because, in case you missed it, Trina called her husband V for being a liar, and she is not going to let him get away with it. Traci Braxton passed away in 2022, so having a beef with your sister-in-law is one thing, but hanging onto the beef after her death is some nasty business. We thought that Tamar's situation with her white man, Jeremy Robinson, could not possibly get any uglier than that between Trina and V. However, it appears that Trina and V's feud is going to blow up even more. The Braxton family has a new reality TV show called The Braxton, which also stars their mother Evelyn. No, it's not named Braxton Family Values. The show, which has only had a few episodes released thus far, mainly focuses on the family's grieving process following the death of their sister Traci in 2022. Each member of the family is experiencing grief in a unique way, and they have been attending group grief therapy sessions with Spirit, a therapist, who has been assisting them in resolving their problems. For context, Traci sadly passed away in 2022 after battling esophageal cancer. She made the choice to keep her health information private, so no one really knows when she was diagnosed with the disease. However, rumors have it that she heard of it at least a year before she passed away. In July 2021, Traci shared a picture from her son Kevin's wedding. At the time, it was clear that something was wrong, but we were unaware of the specifics. She was highly trolled by internet users, I won't call them fans because no real fan would do something like that, who ridiculed her for going too far in her weight loss journey. For instance, Traci Braxton tweeted, and Olivia, her daughter-in-law, must have gained weight in response to the cruel comments she received. She finally had to disable comments on her Instagram account because people would not stop making fun of her. Traci passed away in March, and her sister Toni Braxton issued a statement on the family's behalf, saying, "It is with the utmost regret that we inform you of the passing of our sister Traci. Needless to say, she was a bright light, a great daughter, an amazing sister, a loving mother, a wife, a respected performer, and we will miss her dearly." As the snow began to fall this morning, Traci passed away. Our angel is now a snowflake, and we ask that you respect our privacy while we prepare to send her home and enjoy her life. The Braxton family will always be family. Losing a sibling or child is never easy, so it's not strange that the sisters and their mother are still processing Traci's death. In fact, Trina had to visit a special therapist named Spirit after speaking up about her loss in the most recent episode of their show. However, Trina's husband V felt a certain way about this and ended up making the entire situation about himself. It turns out that after learning about Trina's special therapy session with Spirit, he kind of picked a fight with her, saying that the way she grieved for Traci reminded him of how she grieved for her ex-husband Gabriel. While they were married for 10 years, from 2003 to 2013, their divorce wasn't completed until 2015. During their marriage, and even after, Gabriel supported her in raising her 2 boys. Sadly, Gabriel passed away in 2018 from pancreatic cancer, and Trina was heartbroken. At the time, she was dating her current husband Vaughn, and although he didn't say anything, it turns out that he felt resentful and jealous of Trina's sadness for her ex. Strangely enough, it appears that he was aware of how deeply Trina was suffering for Traci following the most recent episode of Braxton Family. When he and Trina went live on their podcast, things quickly went south when Trina admitted that she thought V was punishing her for being sad over her ex.
And
No, you said that you felt that I punished you.
yes. And then I said that Vaughn didn't realize that I loved him for real, and I loved him and I chose him.
You're putting words in my mouth.
No, I'm saying what I'm recapping. So now with that recap, what do you have to say?
Yeah, okay, first off, what you said was really jumbled. But what was said on the
Episode.
is that she felt like she was punished for grieving. And that was absolutely true. I was angry because, and since we're having this conversation,
Please.
and here's the thing, this wasn't my idea.
She asked me
I did.
if we would talk about this tonight.
I did.
And anybody that knows me knows that I don't bite my tongue because I don't really care what people think of me. So I'm just going to say it. If you want my honest opinion,
Yes.
I don't see a lot of difference between the way you grieved.
For Traci and Gabe, it looked the same to me. There was a little more heat behind Traci, of course, because it's your sister. But it didn't, to me, and I had nothing to measure it against when when Gabe died, so I didn't know anything, but I knew I didn't like it. Because to me,
The grief seemed
too strong for someone you'd had all those problems with. That's my opinion, because that's the way I look at the world. Now, we had a number of conversations about it. We had a number of arguments about it.
Mhm.
But it wasn't until Traci passed and I had time to reflect, probably sitting, on a mountain somewhere by myself, and I'm like, you know what? Those two grieving.
That's just weird, and it kind of sounded like he was guilt.
That's just strange, and it seemed like he was making fun of her for crying for Traci for such a long time. It's strange because we don't know the whole truth about his relationship with Traci prior to her death. But even if they had problems, he ought to be past them by now. 2 years have passed since her death. Fans said that this was unsettling. Who are you to compare circumstances when a lady grieves with someone who is jealous of a man who is no longer alive? Not only did Trina lose her sister to illness, but Gabe, who had a past with her despite his adultery and problems, also seemed like a psychopath and a warning flag when he picked up grievances and compared them. Vaughn doesn't support Trina through her disenfranchised sadness because he has never been friends with any of his ex-girlfriends, which says more about Vaughn than Trina. I'm sure that Vaughn doesn't like Trina based on the way he talks and looks at her when they're cooking. I stopped watching because he seems to be on camera, but I'm curious about your thoughts on this. Please leave a comment below and then watch this next video. Music.